Hello, my name is Budha. Some of you may remember me from last year's Ferrets Anonymous video. This year I would like to pose some questions and state some facts as I understand them for the people of California to consider, especially the governor. First, the facts. I want you to visualize the North American continent. Do you see it? Okay, now visualize all of the continent green, except California. Visualize that in red. The green is where ferrets are legal. This includes Canada, Mexico, all the rest of the continental U.S., and Alaska. That's a lot of green versus that one little spot of red, and I have to wonder why. If ferrets were a real threat to California, it would already be too late to stop the devastation that ferrets would create, which is none, by the way. What with the estimated 500,000 already living here. Now, think of any town on a state border where I would be legal on one side of the street and illegal on the other side. Would California truly be threatened if I crossed the street? There has never been a feral ferret colony anywhere in the United States. In fact, our only wild cousins are on the brink of extinction, and we domestic ferrets are really incapable of fending for ourselves after the thousands of years of domestication, unlike domestic cats and dogs who go feral on a regular basis. Ferrets are not a threat to California agriculture, as I have said before. We don't eat produce, and all the food animals are really too big for us to take down and eat. Ferret versus cow? I really don't think so. Let's take a minute to talk about animal bites now. There are an estimated 4.7 million dog bites each year, some fatal. There are estimated to be over 1 million cat bites each year, with about 80% of those becoming infected. Now here's the number of ferret bites recorded. 452 during a 10-year period. Notice that the number of dog and cat bites is per year. It is true that there are a lot more dogs and cats out there, but ferrets are the third most popular pet, and there are millions of us. So if you round it out, that's about 4.7 million dog bites, 1 million plus cat bites, and 45 ferret bites each year. So I have to say, ha, to all those ignorant people who call us ferrets bloodthirsty. Another fact is that a ferret cannot shed rabies. Rabies would kill a ferret before it had time to develop enough of the bloodstream to be able to be passed on with a bite. And there's a ferret vaccination for rabies anyway, to prevent the very extremely rare event that a ferret ever contracted it in the first place. We are told that California is in a state of financial crisis. Well, if they wanted to raise millions of dollars within the next 30 days, I can tell them how. First, consider the loss of income that the state is denying itself from ferret-related things. The sales tax from the sale of a ferret to start with, which is now going to the neighboring states. The revenue created from ferret shows and other events which will bring in tourist dollars, and the increase in veterinary service revenues, to mention just a few things. As any dedicated ferret owner will tell you, they will gladly pay a license fee to keep their precious ferrets and family members safe. With the estimated 500,000 ferrets already residing in California, with a $10 license fee, the state could add $5 million to their coffers almost immediately. Plus, a lot of people who've always wanted a pet ferret would then feel free to pursue their dream and also add to California state income. Perhaps $5 million isn't a lot of money to the state, but it's more than they have now, and I can't think of any group who would be more willing to pay it. If 27% of all the ferret supplies sold in the United States are sold in California, why doesn't the governor open his eyes and change a law that clearly doesn't work and start keeping all that lost revenue? It's time to get with the rest of the country and legalize ferrets today.